guys, I am so excited for my guest today. You guys get to talk to the one, the only Lisa Highfill.
Hi.
For those crazy people that have no idea who you are, can you just tell us a little bit about you?
You know what? I am a teacher. I was a fifth grade teacher in Pleasanton, California, Northern California, and now I'm an instructional tech coach. So that's what I am first.
Oh, so how did they get you to leave the classroom?
Well, they came to my classroom and saw what I was doing,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
crazy lessons. And my superintendent kept coming and visiting day after day. And she goes, I have a job for you. And she created my coaching role of tech integration specialist, just so, because she
Oh,
said, I wanted other classrooms doing this.
yeah.
So I have the best job ever. I get to go to classrooms and add a little tech in their lives, to integrate it really well with what they're already doing.
So, how long have you been doing this job?
This is my fifth year.
Oh,
It was
wow.
supposed to be temporary and just a teacher on assignment, and I'm still going
Are
and
there
I just love it.
are there more TOSAs like you now in the district, or are you
Yeah, I
like?
have a partner, another tech TOSA, and his name is Scott Padway, who's awesome. A lot of people love his work as well, and he primarily does 612, and I'm kind of K8, so we have this overlap. But
Yeah.
really, we do the training for everyone. We do K12 training.
So, like, how many schools are we talking about?
13.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a little manageable. I mean,
Yeah,
better than
totally.
the huge districts that are like 32 schools. I don't know how
Yeah.
we do it,
I was a tech
but
TOSA for my district, but I had 27 schools I had to cover.
oh
It was
yeah,
it
no,
was impossible.
yeah, no, it's so nice. I mean, I get to know all my teachers by name. I know them all. I've worked with them for years. It's just I love my job.
That's great.
It's an amazing opportunity. I like working with adults now. And I worked with 10-year-olds for 20
Yeah.
years. So now to be with adults is awesome. I love it.
So last was it last week that you were here? Week
I
before.
was, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
last week we had a professional development, staff development, and every teacher got to go to one of the high schools in our district, and then Lisa was the keynote speaker for ours. We're so lucky.
Thank you.
Okay, like I feel like I forgot like a big part of your life.
Yeah, I didn't say it
I
either.
know. Like, how does it feel being associated? Like, they hear your name and it's like, HYPERDOC.
It's crazy. I have a story about that. When I was little, I was that kid in the classroom when I was little. Like every teacher would be like, "Oh, my report card was like, if she focused, she would be a great student. She talks too much, that kind of thing." So, but I was also that kid who would make up words on the playground and like
Yeah.
try to get them trending, like before
Oh,
trending was a thing. So, like, because I was a really crazy kid. So when it came to HYPERDOCS, and when we made that word up to try to have a common language around digital lesson
yeah.
design, and we really struggled with the name. To hear everyone saying it now is
Yeah.
like a grade school dream come
Yeah,
true.
like, okay, so tell me like the story. Like, what was the moment when it happened?
When HYPERDOCS happened, I presented about them for a long time before we wrote about it, before we came up with the name. So I would go to workshops and conferences, and
Yeah.
I would ask everyone, I'll submit a name, submit what you
Uh-huh.
think.
Uh-huh.
And, it wasn't really about Google Docs at all. It was kind of hyperlinked, but then people were confused with HyperCard or Hyper Studio, if you remember.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
Hyper
really old
Studio.
program. I'm dating myself, but it had nothing to do with any of that. It was sort of like being alive and creating documents, that are alive.
Yeah.
A whole new way of looking at documents. I didn't want to say worksheets. We didn't want to have any word of that in there.
Yeah.
We didn't want it associated with digital worksheets. We wanted it to be something totally new and different. So we came up with HYPERDOCS, and we were like, not sure I love it. And then everyone started talking about it. We're like, we can't change it now. People are talking about this.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it just struck a chord with people. And finally, Chris Bell said to me, he's like, you should write this down.
Yeah.
And we went, oh, okay. Because there was like lots of people misunderstanding what they were,
Yeah.
thinking they were a doc with links
Yeah.
and whatever. Because if you look at it, literally, that's what they are. I mean, technically,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are a doc or a slide, and they have links, but there are a lot more. And so he's like, you need to explain this. So we wrote.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
So it was
amazing.
Sarah and Kelly and I did this all together. We all work in the same district.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we were all fifth grade teachers. So this is
not at
just
the same school though.
no, we are at different
Yeah,
schools, and now we're
man,
all coaching. So it's
that's
really,
great. That is
I mean,
so
to
great.
have a team like this where we sit around, we are such curriculum nerds. Like we sit around and like talk about good lessons, and we're like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's our jam session.
I'm
Only
like
teachers.
that too. I love to talk about it. I could talk
I
about
do,
it all night.
right? Yeah,
For sure.
that's crazy.
Okay, I got some questions for you. Ready?
Okay.
Let's see. These are kind of YouTube questions. So, do you have a YouTube channel?
It's Highfill Crew.
Oh my gosh. Everybody, you need to go check it out right now. Subscribe, hit like, hit subscribe. Let's see what we can do with this channel.
Nice.
Do you post
Now,
a lot on there?
well, I don't put myself on video. I am actually very shy.
Oh my
about
gosh. Introverted,
I know.
extrovert.
I hate to be on video. So I'm playing along today.
Thank you.
But I know I'm hamming it up. But that's because when you get nervous, you don't want to be on video. But I'm a video whisperer.
Oh.
I collect video. I curate video. So I make these massive playlists that like I find really strange videos that make you think, and then you build lessons around them, like the eye bombing one.
Yeah, yeah.
So I find those.
That's what's on your channel?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
we gotta check
I'm a
that out.
curator of good video. So I have this one playlist, 100 videos long, and it's titled Makes You Think.
Awesome.
And so teachers go to that playlist and they're like, oh, I'm looking for a good video to build a lesson around. And you just watch some of them and it really can launch a great, great lesson.
I love
So that's
that.
what I love to talk about too, is how can I create a lesson around a powerful video that gets kids thinking? More iterations besides, I love reading and I love to teach reading, but reading takes a long time and it's
Yeah.
really in your head, where a video is like 2 minutes and you could practice those
Yeah.
cognitive strategies really quickly and over again. So,
If you could teach one thing, just one thing, what would it be?
reading and writing, because they go hand in hand. So I had to pick
Oh, that is two, technically.
ELA.
Okay.
Language arts.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm an ELA girl at
Okay.
heart. And of course I'd integrate history in it, but that's,
Okay. Would you consider yourself edu-famous?
no.
You totally are. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? I get up every day and go to my job, and I work with teachers. I've worked in my district for 24 years. If you said that in the district, people would be laughing. Like, this
Okay.
is Lisa.
There are people that know you, right? So here's my question. My question is, how do you deal with the haters? I'm sure you've come across that on some social media platform at some point.
I see it a lot as, I'm a very private person too.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you don't see me posting a lot on Twitter. I'm not a chatter on Twitter.
Yeah.
A very different use of that tool. And so people don't like it sometimes that I don't get political or I don't get, activists.
Yeah.
Where I'm an extremely political person. I'm extremely active in that, but I do it face to face.
Gotcha.
And so I'm feet on the ground kind of person, and let's talk about this and let's meet about this, but I'm not going to post it in 240 characters.
Yeah.
So very private that way. So I could be very misunderstood and think
So
that
no
I
one
don't have.
is going to confuse you with Alice Keeler.
And Alice and I are very good friends, and we are like polar opposites too.
She is.
She
I
knows it.
love her, man. Every thought in her head just comes out of her mouth.
Yeah.
I love it.
We're the opposite that way. So I tend to keep everything in, and I won't engage on in that platform. I don't. I just am not going to go there because it's so much you can misunderstand by such a few amount. If you want to talk to me, I will sit down and talk a lot. I always see it as when people are hating, they're misunderstanding.
Yeah.
They just are not understanding. They're not seeing the whole picture. And I can understand that because it's 240 characters. It's hard to make meaning. And so unless you we try to provide content. Actually, the haters really shaped the work we did. We
Oh,
realized if you're saying this about HyperDocs, you must not understand. So we have to do a better. I'm a teacher.
yeah.
I must not be teaching it very well. So we started to really start to educate and really shape the way we were talking about it. And I really don't see that misunderstanding as much. People who are misunderstanding, they aren't reading what we're putting out there. So they're creating a new
Yeah.
narrative about it, their own narrative, and rather than actually looking at the truth.
I feel like your hyperdocs have really provided an avenue for like tech resistant teachers. They are so drawn to it, and like it's such an open door for them, a pathway for them. It's great.
You know, one thing that's starting to happen now that they've been around and people are working on them, is people are starting to not just create lessons, not just to teach differently. They're starting to have rich conversations, like I just said, like geeking out over talking and reflecting about lesson design. So, you know, Kelly and Sarah and I have, we do have a show actually. It's HyperDocs on Air. We do it.
What?
Yeah, it's once a week. You got to look at my Twitter feed. Um, and we
Okay, so let's make sure everybody follows your Twitter. What is your Twitter handle?
L Highfill.
Because there is a Lisa Highfill on Twitter, right? So don't get it confused, guys.
No, I'm
Don't get it
L
confused.
Highfill.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see my face. It's a strange picture, but it's okay. But we have this show. We interview teachers in the classroom and them talking about HyperDocs and lesson design and how they use it. Well, we interviewed Jennifer Wolf this week, amazing middle school teacher from Davis. We talked for 40 minutes, and not once did she show a digital tool. She didn't screen share. We just talked about good learning and good instruction and good design. And it was amazing. It was really, actually, we talked about building community in our classrooms. So it's such a richer discussion that, you
Yeah.
know, you're probably cringing. 40-minute video.
No way. Like
We put it
that's
out
something
there.
I would love to watch that. Oh my gosh, that is like right up my alley. I
You know,
love.
and I think let's build our attention span too with some video and some thinking behind, because I couldn't do it quickly. We try to make them like 20 minutes, like we just can't do it. It's
Yeah.
like we just kept going and having this. She had her student on with her, and it was a really great conversation. So it's something that we're now moving into this realm. You know, for teachers
Yeah.
learning from their teachers, that it's not about us and what we're trying to say. It's about how teachers are using this.
I'm gonna link all these things below, you guys, so you can go check all this stuff out. Okay. All right. A couple more quick questions for you. Ready? What is your favorite '90s jam?
Oh, wow. I was all modern rock, so I was like English beat.
Oh, English beat.
But that's
Mirror in the
kind of 80s.
bathroom.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was really into that music. Gosh, 90s. Yeah. I'm stuck.
Okay. What was the last gift you gave to someone?
I gave my husband shoes.
Did he need a new pair of shoes?
Yeah, he liked them. Well, kind of, you know. You always need shoes, right? You can always use shoes. He liked them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What is the funniest thing that has happened to you recently?
Uh, um,
Ooh, these are tough
sure.
ones.
I know. Like I can't think on my feet here. Something funny. My boss was at a conference, the curriculum director, and people kept coming up to him saying, "Do you work with Lisa Highfill?" And
See?
he called me. He's like,
That's
what's
you
going on
famous.
here? He was in Nashville. He's like, what is happening? And I'm all, you tell him you're the boss of me. And then I told her everything she knows.
That's amazing. That's
That
a
was
great
funny.
start.
We were having a good laugh about that. I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I have left the district a little. Talk to people.
Okay, this is very telling. How many unread emails do you have in your inbox?
Oh, thousands.
No. Really?
Well, I will read them and then I'll put them marked as unread because it's my to-do list.
And there's
terrible.
thousands? Really? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I have zero.
I know.
Zero.
I've issues.
Very proud of it.
Oh, good for you. See, it's making you uncomfortable, isn't it?
It is. Like I worked with a girl who had like 10,000. I'm like, come on, Nikki, you just hit delete and you got to start over.
It is cleansing. I'm ready to archive all and just put it in 2018,
Yeah, there you
right?
go. There
Do
you go.
that. Search that.
Okay, last question. Who would win in a fight, Spider-Man or Batman?
I'm a Spider-Man guy. I love Spider-Man. I have to say,
Spider-Man has special powers, right? Batman is just a man wearing a suit that has special stuff
right,
on his suit.
right.
I agree
That's what
with
I
you.
think. Yeah, and he's a little happier maybe.
Have you
Emotionally.
seen Black Panther?
I haven't yet. I cannot
Oh,
wait to
I
see
saw it
that.
last weekend. It was amazing.
Oh, it looks incredible. I love hearing the reports and the stories about it
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much for coming on my vlog here. I really appreciate you
You.
taking the time. Any parting words for everyone?
Actually, Darren, I do.
Okay.
I have one shout out. You know, when we started HYPERDOCS, we knew this was a lot for teachers to make these on their own. And so we wanted to bring this community together, and we made Teachers Give Teachers at the
Oh,
same time. So I don't know if you know about
I
Teachers Give
don't.
Teachers.
Tell me about it real
Oh
quick.
my gosh. So Teachers Give Teachers is a site. It's a little snarky because it, you know,
I get you.
yeah. But I mean, we're all for whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want. But we just wanted to create a space. And by word of mouth, it's spread. We're over 11,000 people
Oh my
on Twitter
gosh.
now. And it grew so much, and people started sharing so much on our Twitter at TSGiveTS that we had to build a database. And so now we have a database where teachers turn in lessons and you can have them. It's our motto is give one, get
Oh,
one.
I love it.
And it's teachersgiveteachers.net. And it just has created a whole new sharing philosophy
I love
around
that.
lesson design. So we're so happy about that's one of our things we're happiest about.
Let's
So
get that to 22,000.
I know, right?
Let's double this. Come on.
Well, it's
All right, guys.
exciting.
You got to. I'm going to check that out. You guys got to
Yeah.
check that out too. Thank you again. All right, over and out. Thanks, guys, for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I will talk to you soon. So long.